Lucie Woods, who is a CEO and co-founder of Sales Partner BC. She has a very clear message. To achieve any meaningful goals that you have in your business, finance, or your life requires tenacity, relentlessness, and commitment. Lucie is a practitioner of certified integrated systems reconstructing and neuro-linguistic programming. Lucie is committed to continuous personal development, deepening her level of expertise with all the resources available to her. Her passion is changing people's lives by educating on business and self-awareness. A mom of two, she made the commitment 15 years ago to learn everything she can in the area of managing the little voices so she could lead by example and also transforming families, kids, elders, etc. Those who have worked with her or around her are automatically moved to find the bigger and better person inside themselves and accomplish their dreams. Lucie will present on how to win the war between your ears and have an extraordinary life in 30 seconds or less. How to deal with the little voices that stops you, holds you back, that makes you feel good or bad, how to deal with it and what to do about it. Let's welcome Lucie.
I'm going to share my experience tonight, how to win the war between your ears in 30 seconds or less and have an extraordinary life. So what I would like to share with you, all this book that I read from Blair Sr. empowered me, how it helped me teach my children what I learned, how it broke through self-sabotaging habits that I had, how it increased my self-confidence, and how it helped me become the great leader that I am today. And when I talk about great leader, I'm not only talking about business, but as a mom as well. Living a life with peace, with more happiness. Living in the present moment rather than being in the past or in the future. A life where I could manage the little voice that is going on in my head on a daily basis. So how many of you know what little voice I'm talking about? Raise your hand. Thank you. So the little voice starts as soon as you step outside of yourself and you can start to look inside what's really going on. That's where your life starts to change, as soon as you look at where you're at. I can say that it was not easy to start to look at that. However, I wanted to be conscious about the 90% programming that we have. You know, everything, all those little voices come from our past, come from our teachers, our parents, uncles, all those programming we're talking about. So the little voices are there, and we can do something about it. The minute that you can say, as soon as you hear it, you can say, hold it. That's not your little voice talking to you. It could be the one from your mom, your dad, from someone else. That's the minute you become conscious, and that's the minute you start to be free. We're buying into all of those little voices, and it's not our little voice. What the little voice says, I'm not good enough, I can't do this, I'm too old, I don't know how to do that, I'm stupid, and so on. How many of you have a little voice like that? You know, we all do. What can we do about it? So we're going to talk about a little bit later tonight how to do it, what to do about it. How many of you have seen that one, the one that lay blames on others, justify, find excuses, become angry all the time, upset, all those little voices that makes you behave in a way that after that you feel guilt and you regret. So there's something to do about it. There's little voice, there's 21 techniques that you can apply on that one. How many of you have heard that one? The one that sounds like your mother, you know? One says, don't do this. Or, I told you, you know? So how many of you have that one, you know? I know I'm not the only one, of course, you know? So that one, it's simply, the little voice one is simply the subconscious programming that talks to you. It's really a sum of your past experiences and your parents' experiences added all together that makes you acting like that. Fears of making mistakes, fear of looking foolish, fear of, you know, feeling small, all of those are part of the little voice. The battle between your ears. How many of you sometimes feel pulled in one way or the other? I shouldn't. I could have done this. No, I couldn't. I'm not good enough. Yes, I am good enough. How many times we have that battle between our ears that is pulling in all those directions, you know? So the one that says, I'm right, Do you want to be right or do you want to be loved? That's the question I started to ask myself. You know, being right is one thing, but am I playing the happy game or am I playing the sad game? So it's very looking at how we manage those little voices. One way to address those little voices is to start to build your self-concept. Every time you have a success, a small, a big one, you say yes. You just start to programming your brain in a way that you're building up your self-esteem so you don't deal with those little voices all the time. How to deal with adversity? Adversity, you say stop. Before you say to yourself, I'm not cut off for this, I knew it would not work, it wasn't going to work, you say stop. Stop that little voice in your brain and rephrase it, do something about it. Don't let it go on all the time. Another one is doing high five. So when you have your children, you have partners at work, starting to high-five every time you're happy about someone is giving you a work done, say thank you and say, hey, good job, awesome, give a high-five. Start to build those wins and that energy around you. It will change your life. In that book, there is 21 techniques, and I started to teach them to kids, to daycare, by the way, to teachers at daycares, to elders, men and women. And the reason why I'm so concerned about that, and the reason why I go out and teach that, is simply because I want to move people from feeling that way, not having a good relationship, being mad at their husband, or being sad about whatever is going on in their brain, because as soon as your little voice kicks in, it creates emotions. And then the emotions create all of those other physical problems and disease. So that's what I am all about in my work. I do that, and I do also business coaching. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your time.